Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Co-Investment Roundtable of the Sovereign and Pension Funds Annual Summit. Welcome to Baku and welcome to Azerbaijan. It is my honor to invite here the CEO of the State Oil Fund of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Mr. Shahmar Movsumov, with his welcome remarks. Mr. Movsumov.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to welcome all of you here in Baku at the annual summit of the Co-Investment Roundtable of Sovereign and Pension Funds. As you know, we're living through difficult times. Uncertainties, market volatilities are exacerbated by political events, challenging, close-race political campaigns, events such as Brexit, plunges in the commodity prices, and all of that also for the long-term investors aggravated by a universe of new debt which not only does not deliver any yield, but actually demands us to pay. And in these difficult times, clearly, it is very important to have a platform, to have a dialogue among ourselves, and to identify what are the challenges and opportunities going forward. With that in mind, it was a great initiative by the Korean Investment Corporation back in 2014 to establish CROSSUP, the Co-Investment Roundtable of Sovereign Pension Funds, which allowed us, long-term investors, to come together and in a very open and frank discussion to look into how are the world developing. We are now holding the third annual summit of CROSSUP, and it has become quite a milestone, quite an interesting and important event in the calendar of institutional investors. And we're very proud to host it in Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is a very small but a dynamic country. We call it the crossroads of civilizations. Not a lot of people have been to Baku, as we had discussions last night. For many of you, this is the first trip to Azerbaijan, and I have to say that I have seen very few people who come to Azerbaijan for the first time and not surprised by what they see. It is because the expectations probably are not clear before they come to Azerbaijan. But this is a very European, also at the same time Asian, very tolerant and very dynamically developing country. And I hope that during your trip here, you will be able to look around and learn more about our country. This conference also coincides with a very important day in our history, which we celebrated yesterday. It's called the Oil Industry Workman Day. Again, it's very little known that Azerbaijan is the cradle of oil industry. There are many firsts which are associated with Azerbaijan in the oil industry. This is the country where the first industrial oil well was drilled in 1848. This is the country where the first pipeline ever built, oil pipeline ever built. This is the country where the first oil tanker was designed and developed. So, at the beginning of the last century, Azerbaijan was producing almost half of the world's oil. During the World War II, Azerbaijan was producing 2/3 of the Soviet oil. And we say that it's because of our oil we were able to beat fascism. So this is a very important day for our country, but oil is also very close to our heart as a SOFAS, because the source of the revenue for the State Oil Fund is coming from, as you may know, from oil. SOFAS has been established back in 2009 with the aim of accumulating and managing the revenues from oil industry. Many countries around the world have suffered from mismanagement of these significant revenues. So based on those experiences, we decided that it will be a good idea to establish a mechanism, a framework, which will allow us to avoid those mistakes. And so far, we have managed to accumulate over $34 billion of assets. We're a global investor. We invest across the globe. We invest across the asset classes. Today, it's going to be a very interesting day. I hope that we try to invite very knowledgeable people, and I think that we managed to gather in this room all the leading people in the industry who will be able to share their opinions and their views, and it will be a jointly enjoyable day, not only from the perspective of learning something new, but also enjoying each other's companies. The topics, just to name a few, are based on the global outlook, macroeconomic outlook, Brexit, emerging market investments, the future of long-term investing, and I hope that it will be a productive and not less interesting day for all of us. So I wish all of you success and interesting day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mavsumov. And I would like to invite here Mr. Sang-Wan Lee to deliver the congratulatory address from Mr. Sang-Soo-un, Chairman and the CEO of the Korean Investment Corporation, who unfortunately had to return back to Seoul due to his personal reasons.
Chairman Mavsumov, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Habahanis, Korea, good morning. Mr. Sang-Soo-un, CEO of KIC, would like to express his deep regret and sincere sadness that he is unable to be here to deliver the congratulatory remarks this morning. Unfortunately, due to the passing away of a family member, he had to return to Seoul yesterday morning from Dubai while en route to Baku. I know Mr. Un was looking forward to being here today and to addressing you this morning, but in light of this unforeseeable circumstance, I hope you will accept me in his place to deliver the words he had prepared. It is a great honor to hold the CROSEF meeting here in Baku, at this beautiful location on the Caspian Sea. It's a highly symbolic location as the Caspian Sea links east and west, so does CROSEF connect the investors of these regions. Mr. Un would first like to thank and compliment Chairman Mavsumov and his team here at SOFAS for their excellent organization of this event. He was looking forward to the day you have planned for us. As many of you know, KIC initiated CROSEF in 2014 with the support from many attendees here in order to provide a platform for financial institutions from around the world to build trust and collaborate. We have come a long way from the CROSEF preliminary meeting held in May 2014, which was attended by only 9 institutions, to today's audience of more than 70 organizations. These organizations represent diversity. They represent different culture and mandates. We have representatives here from institutional investors, development organizations, government officials, general partners, investment banks, and corporations. I hope we can all take advantage of this event to draw upon each other's unique capabilities and knowledge and look for opportunities to collaborate together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a challenging but exciting time in the financial industry. The slow growth and low interest rate environment is encouraging investors to come up with new ways to generate returns. Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. Increasingly, investors are seeking to allocate more capital to alternative asset classes, such as private equity, real estate, and infrastructure, KIC included. However, these alternative asset classes have characteristics that require different investment approaches. They require considerable resources and flexibility that a large majority of institutional investors do not have. Therefore, it is important to develop innovative and less resource-intensive ways to effectively invest in these markets. Organizations are developing innovative platforms and strategies through collaboration, co-investment vehicles, joint ventures, and others, designed to invest in special regions or opportunities are some examples. We will hear more about these platforms and strategies at the summit today. These collaborative strategies allow us to form a strong network of organizations, while we can share local knowledge and asymmetric information, as well as combine skill sets, deal pipelines, and networks. Emerging markets. One of the main themes of today's conference is a prime example. In emerging markets, a local partner with local knowledge and connections can provide a definitive advantage. In order to realize these benefits, we must build strong personal relationships based on trust. Therefore, Mr. Eun hopes CROSAF can serve as a forum for building these relationships. Once again, thank Chairman Mosmov for your gracious hospitality and commitment to CROSAF, and to all those attending here. In his absence, Mr. Eun hopes that we deepen the mutual trust and strengthen the relationships between us during our time here in Baku. As sailing yachts need wind to sail, I hope our meetings in the City of Winds will carry us forward a long way. Thank you very much. Teşekkür ederim.